Have you ever feel like you are caught between tradition and change, between what expected of you and what you truly want? That tension, that push and pull, is at the heart of the Renaissance. It wasn't just a bunch of old paintings and dusty books. It was a human drama, a story of people waking up to their own potential and daring to create a new world, and surprisingly, it's a story that still echoes in our lives today. Together, let's dive in and see how the Renaissance mirrors our own journey of self-discovery. The Renaissance, it's a word that conjures images of grand paintings, marble sculptures, and dusty old books. But beyond the art and the history, the Renaissance was really about something deeply personal, a shift in how people saw themselves and the world around them. It wasn't just a rebirth of classical ideas, it was a birth of a new way of thinking, feeling, and being. Think about the Middle Ages. Life was often about following the rules, knowing your place, and focusing on the afterlife. The church was the ultimate authority, and life on earth was often seen as just a prelude to what came next. But slowly, like whispers in the wind, things started to change. Imagine living in a small town, hearing stories of faraway lands, of ancient texts filled with wisdom and beauty. Suddenly, the world feels bigger, more exciting. That's what the rediscovery of classical texts did for people during the Renaissance. It opened up new possibilities, new ways of understanding the world and our place in it. And it wasn't just about books. The rise of trade and cities meant that people were coming into contact with different cultures, different ideas. Money started flowing, and with it came the freedom to explore, to create, and to question. What really strikes me about the Renaissance is the emphasis of being human. It was like people suddenly realized, hey, we're not just waiting for the next life. We are alive now. We have minds, bodies, and talents. Let's use them. This is what humanism was all about, celebrating human potential and achievement. Think about Petrarch, poring over ancient manuscripts, writing poems about love and beauty, or Leonardo da Vinci, not just painting pretty pictures, but dissecting bodies to understand how they work, inventing machines that seemed like something out of a dream. These weren't just artists or scholars, they were people pushing the boundaries of what it meant to be human. And then there's Shakespeare. His plays are still relevant today because they explore the messy, complicated reality of being a human. Love, loss, ambition, revenge. He captured it all with such honesty and insight. When I read Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, I see myself, my friends, my family. Shakespeare reminds us that even though centuries have passed, the human heart still beats the same way. Even someone like Machiavelli, Mac- with his sometimes cynical view of politics, was trying to understand human nature. He wasn't necessarily advocating for ruthless behavior, but he was saying, look, this is how power works. This is what people are capable of. It's not always pretty, but it's real. The Renaissance wasn't perfect, of course. It was still a time of inequality and injustices. But it was a time of incredible creativity and innovation, a time when people dared to dream, to question, to explore. When I look back at the Renaissance, I see a reflection, of our own struggles and aspirations. We're still trying to figure out what it means to be human, how to live a meaningful life, and how to create a better world. The Renaissance reminds us that change is possible, that we have the power to shape our own destiny. It's a story about finding ourselves, not just in the past, but in the present and the future. So, that's all. I am Mantrola Josh Jose, a BS in English 3D. Thank you so much, and good day.